Hello, everybody. As you can see in the title, this is a installation guide on how to install free McBoot onto a PS2 Slim. So the things you're going to need, I have them here. You're going to need some scissors and duct tape. You're going to need a USB flash drive. I'll explain more on the flash drive once we get over to the computer side, but for now, just grab a flash drive. You're going to need preferably blank Sony. Has to be Sony first party PlayStation 2 8 MB memory card. This is fine. The one that your PS2, the one that comes with your PS2 is totally fine. So preferably blank. If you have any game saves on there, they're going to be wiped. So before you even start now, make sure if you have another memory card, copy all of your stuff to that other one memory card before we start. Then you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver. Now, I know you guys are like, what? I need screwdrivers. What? Don't worry. It's a completely safe process. I'm not that entirely gifted with all this kind of stuff. So, if I can do it, you can do it. Then you're going to need a copy of James Bond Agent Under Fire 007. Now, it has to be this game. It has to be this game. I'm not sure if there are any other games that work the same, but for me, I use this game and it worked perfectly. It can be used. For now, at the time when I bought this 2 years ago, it wasn't actually for this purpose. I actually had this game, luckily, but for you guys, unfortunately, they run on Amazon for like $20. But you can find some used ones on eBay and get lucky for like $4. So, yeah, you can get those pretty easy. Don't worry. And then this is then PS2 Slim, obviously. So the important thing about the PS2 Slim is if you look on the back, you'll see this label. Now, if you look at the top of it right here, you look at it right there for you. I'm not going to show you guys mine because I don't know. I don't want you guys to have my code. I mean, it doesn't really matter, huh? It doesn't matter. But anyway, if you look at the code, it should say SCPH dash, and it'll show a bunch of numbers. It should show them right here. So, it's if yours is 9 blank 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 blank, it won't work because everything made March 2008 forward was patched. This cheap little thing, Sony fixed it, so you can't do it if you have that. So, yeah, check your Slim before you get all this stuff. And if it works, then great. Now, this is, if you guys don't know what free McBoot is, you know about modding a PS2. You can mod a PS2 to be able to run backup games that you could copy the ISO image and copy onto your own kind of disk. So, yeah, you can use mod chips to do that, but free McBoot is completely free. Well, free-ish. You have to get this stuff, but once you install it, and you install it onto the memory card, not the console itself, so it's really nice, really easy. You can take the memory card over to a friend's house, and you can use it there. It's really great, and it's really cheap. So I did it for completely free. So you guys can too. So I'll show you how. So let's start with opening the PS2 up. And I know you guys are like, oh no, but don't worry. Let me cut it out and I'll show you how to do that. Alright, so to do this tutorial, we're going to need to open the disk tray and keep it open. So to keep it open, there's a little trick that you got to do to trick the sensors into thinking that this tray is closed. So to do that, you're going to need to open your PS2. And I know you're like, whoa, I'm not opening this, no way. But, you know, I thought that too, and then I realized it's really simple. Trust me. It takes some duct tape, and you have to tape these little things down. So trust me. You'll see. So to do this, there are these little screws to open. Here, I think here, 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 and here. All right? So, so to do this, you're going to need to peel off a sticker that was here. But and that'll void your warranty, but there is no warranty because they don't make PS2s anymore, so you don't need to worry about that. So let's do this. So I'm gonna grab my little screwdriver, my flathead. I'm going to take out these little things. Sorry, my shadow's in the way. So let's see. Alright, and also if you have a fat PS2 and you want to do this, there are plenty of tutorials for fat PS2s. I want to do this for Slim because, one, I have a Slim, and two, there really aren't that many tutorials for Slims because Slims are actually harder to do. Oh, look at this sucker. Come on, okay. So, yeah, there are tons of tutorials on this, but I really want to do my own and show you what I did, just because, I hope it works for you. Because, it's really great if it works. It's fantastic. Because it's a surefire way. I like it. So now you're going to have to unscrew the screws. So let's do that. Okay, so now that we've unscrewed the screws, now we got to take the top off of the PS2, and it's really easy to take off. Just look right here. You take it, and you just lift it from where the little controller goes. You just lift, and that's it. It's really easy. You don't have to force anything, so don't force anything. Trust me. Okay, let's zoom in here. So, the first sensor, wow, I'm surprised that goes right on the focus. Okay, so the first sensor is, let's see. Oh, it's okay. It's right here. I forgot to zoom in. It's right here. Okay, it's right between this little screw and this bolt hole for one of the screws. So it's literally right here. Hope you guys see that. So now we need to tape it down. So take some duct tape. Okay, you can use double-sided tape. I heard that works better, but I just use duct tape. Make sure it's good tape, duct tape. Make sure it's adhesive so it stays on, because if it didn't stay on and it came off the sensor during while you're doing the process, that would not be good. So make sure it's nice and adhesive. I tried masking tape the first time I did this, and it just didn't stick. Maybe it was just because it was old, but good old-fashioned duct tape works great. So cut a nice small piece. Where'd it go? The heck? Oh, whatever. There we go. Alright, so this should be small enough, I think. No, even smaller. Even smaller. Great. Okay, so now I have a nice small piece to do this. So I'm going to take this and put it over the sensor so it's pressing down the entire time. Like so. Alright, see? See that? The duct tape's right there. It's on it. It's keeping the sensor down. My sensors are actually kind of broken. The top broke off of it, so I have to like put a book on it to make it work normally. So, yeah, hopefully your sensors aren't broken. It's a lot harder for me, but it should be easy for you. And then the other sensor is right here, right on the corner. It's this little like black plastic thing that just presses down. So that one's broken too for me. This is a nice old PS2. So take another piece of duct tape. Make a long strip, actually. Shoot, I'm going to make another one. Here. Make a long strip like so. Let me move this. And then put it on the sensor like this, and then tape it on the side. Like so. Sweet. So now we're done with the inside. I told you it was nice and easy, nothing too major at all. So now let's close this baby up to your relief. That's it. And then open the disc tray, and there's one more sensor we need to do. And this sensor is actually in this. You see this little flappy thing that presses here? When you put in the disc, it pushes back. We need to tape that so it's like this. Okay, so it's pushed back the entire time. So let's tape that. That's really simple. We can do this. I need another piece of duct tape. Fantastic. Probably should have had these ready. But I'm new to this thing. If you guys like this kind of thing, leave it down below, and I will give more tutorials on how to use Free McBoot to your advantage. There are lots of ways to use Free McBoot. You can improve your graphics, you can improve your resolution. You can play pirated games, which, I don't fully support completely. I mean, I always feel like pirating is, not good, But, I mean, it's a PS2 game, so nobody's making money anymore, so I think it's fine. If you can play pirated games that you burn onto a disc really easily. And then, what else? You can back up your PS2 games, and so just in case one of yours breaks, then you still have another copy. So that's good, great. And as long as you have a copy of the disc, then it's legal, which is great. So here you go. It's taped back, it's kept back, and that's all there is to it for the PS2. Alright, now that we're on the PC side of things, I have a link in the description for all the files you will need. So, yeah, download that. It's a MediaFire link, don't worry, it's no ads, all that, no, none of that survey crap. So, you'll get a RAR file. If you don't know how to run a RAR file, search on YouTube, WinRAR tutorial. It's a free archive, so I hope if you do know what WinRAR is, sweet. Follow this with me. Awesome. Shut up. Alright, so first things first. So now that you see this, you want to set up a software called Image Burn. So now I already have it installed, but I put the installation in the RAR file just for you guys. Image Burn is a great freeware software. Download it. It is fantastic. So you're gonna need that to install. So now that you have Image Burn, let's start by copying the image from your 007 James Bond game. So open up your disk tray and grab your Agent Under Fire disk. Let me go grab it. Awesome, got it. Okay, shut up, Windows. My performance is fantastic. Okay, so I have my 007 disk. I'm putting it in the tray, and sweet. So now click on Create Image File from Disk. So the source should be your disk tray. For me, it is E. It'll find it. It found it. And if yours is 007, it should say Bond AUF. If it doesn't, as long as it's Agent Under Fire, that's okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to read it, and we're going to copy it to an ISO file. So I'm going to put it on the desktop instead of my C drive. Here we go. I'm going to call it Agent Under Fire. Sweet. So yeah, save as an ISO, and that should be it. Now we want to just do that. So sweet. So I will cut this out, and I'll see you when this is finished. Alright, so now it finished copying the ISO file from the disk, and it let out this hilarious little thing. I love this software, it's great. So now that we're done with that, we have our Agent Under Fire ISO to do whatever we want with. So let's open up our folder again. Shoot, it's already open. Shut up. Alright, so open up this Apache, and then apache.exe. So here is Apache. Now we're going to open ISO, and we're going to open the Agent Under Fire ISO that we just copied from our disk. So let's get to desktop if I can. I hate when it does this. Okay, good. Let's find it. And now these are all the files and stuff that is in the ISO itself. So now we're going to edit one file called driving.elf. So let's say ISO tools, select driving.elf, say ISO tools, and click change TOC for selected file. So now you chose the name, LBA, whatever that is, I'm not really sure. But shut up. In Windows 7, who asked you? And then it shows the size. So let's change the size to this number, 869464. 869464. Change it to that. I'm going to copy, I'm going to paste, and click update. Then go to ISO tools again. Oh, select driving ELF. ISO tools, then say update selected file. Now you're going to update the file and change the file with, crap, I should have extracted this. Forgot to extract this. Whoops. Here we go. There we go. Okay, now we're going to replace it with driving.elf that was in our RAR file. So replace it with that, and it says selected file replaced. Now you can exit out of this. And now let's open Memento. Open up Memento Disk Patcher and patch ISO image. Now select, oh, that's another agent under fire that I already did. Go to desktop, go to this agent under fire, the one that we just created from the disk, that we've just edited again, and double click it, and it will patch it. Image patched. Sweet. Exit out of that, and then let's go back to image burn. Hopefully you kept it open. If not, just open it again, and let's go to easy mode picker. Sweet. And say write image file to disk. I forgot to mention you will need a blank DVD. It really doesn't matter the DVD itself. Make sure it's kind of semi-good quality because the PS2's disk laser. Uh-oh. Ah, crap. You know what? My computer sucks. That sucks. Whatever. So, my PS2's disk lasers are really picky. And, so you're going to need a kind of good quality disc. So that means no Memorex. That's not very good quality. Some Sony ones actually don't work, ironically. You're going to just look for good high quality discs. So I'm going to select my file. I'm going to select my ISO. I'm sorry, my computer sucks. This is doing a lot right now. I guess it's taxed. I've been playing emulators. I've been playing PCSX2. It's probably still recovering. So now change your write speed. It will probably automatically be at OS or whatever. And it'll be at max. But change it to 4 times. You have to do this. There will be less errors and no problems. So keep verify checked. It takes a little while, but it just makes sure that there are no errors. So you know what? It doesn't hurt anything. So let's just do it. So then click write. I already made a disk, and I don't want to waste another disk. So I'm not going to write it, but it's just going to do the same thing that it did when it copied over the ISO image, and it's going to burn it to a disk. A blank DVD. It has to be a DVD minus R. Alright? Everybody got it? Okay, so once you're done with that, I already have my disk. This is now our backup copy of, our special backup copy that we edited with a different file for Agent Under Fire. So now, let's go to our PS2. Luckily, I have an Elgato Game Capture HD, so that's not going to be no problem to capture. So let's do that. Okay, totally forgot to mention. Never mind, we're not going to the PS2 yet. We have to copy some files to our flash drive that I told you guys to get. So, plug in your flash drive to your computer, which I'm doing right now, if I can get it through there. Alright, I love that sound. Just kidding. There we go. So here's my flash drive. You're going to right-click your flash drive and click Format. Now, it needs to be FAT32 or FAT for it to work on the PS2. FAT32, it should work. It worked for me. People say that it has to be FAT16 or FAT to work. So just try FAT32. Also, this is going to completely wipe your entire thumb drive. So copy all your stuff and put it on a folder on your desktop, and then you can put it back on later. So I'm going to start format. This will completely wipe everything, guys. Don't complain to me if you lose all your data, because I'm telling you now, this will wipe everything. Format complete. So now, I'm nasally. Ew, nasally. So now, we have our flash drive. Open newbie package. And copy everything, click and drag everything from in here, and copy it over to the flash drive, like so. and done. So now we are totally ready to go to the PS2. So now, actually, for real this time, let's go to the PS2. Alright, now we are on the PS2 side of things, and notice how they loaded 007 Agent Under Fire, the original copy. You have to use the original bought copy for this to work. Don't worry, we will use the burned copy. You didn't waste a disc. So first things first, you're going to have to beat the first mission, Trouble in Paradise, in order to do this. So I already beat it. So I will load it up in my memory card. So yes, load successful, fantabulous. So let's do this. So do you guys remember driving.elf? Well, this is a driving mission, so you can bet this is going to have something to do with that. So, before we select Precious Cargo, your disc lid should be open if you did the PS2 hack with the tape. If you did that correctly, your disc should be open and it should be running just fine. So, if it didn't work, try retaping the sensors and make sure they're fully pressed all the way. So now, let's take out the disc and replace it with our burned copy really fast. Done. So, unfortunately, I am using a Memorex disc, even though I told you guys not to. Now load up the mission. Even though I told you guys not to. And the reason I'm doing that is just because that's the only disc I have. I ran out of the good kind that I have. So I have to use Memorex, and the problem with Memorex is that, you know, the laser is so picky that it takes absolutely forever to load a game, or this, and for example. So now, guys, it should have loaded this thing called ulaunch.elf. So now, this is what should load instead of the mission. If it loaded the mission, maybe you didn't replace the driving ELF file, or the size that I told you guys to do, and I don't know, you know, it should load this. So now, take your flash drive that you copied all the stuff onto, and plug it into the leftmost USB port in the PS2. Alright, now press circle to go to the file browser, go down to mass and press circle, go to install, right? Yes, no. Don't go and install. Go to freemcboot.elf and press circle. Woo! It worked. Alright. So now we are at FreeMcBoot, and it's completely working. This is great. So now, basically, you're on the home stretch, guys. So this is basically it. Good job for making it this far. So first thing you gotta do is you gotta format the memory card. So press X to format it. It's detecting the memory card. This will delete everything on the memory card. So again, copy it over, save your save files, copy the save files that you want. You know, it's late 2013. The PS2 came out in 2000, so I'm sure you're not playing half of the games that you have. So try to pick and choose. Again, this is why I said I want you to get a blank memory card. So, you know, it's going to wipe everything. So I'm going to say, okay. The only thing I have on there is my 007. So, okay. Now, after that's done, go to multi-version, install, and press X. Detecting memory card. This will install FreeMcBoot multi-version, and what multi-version means is that it can work on any PS2 at all. If it's a fat PS2, it's a slim PS2, it's in PAL, or it's NTSC, it does not matter, it will work. So, you definitely want to install that. Maybe you want to go to your friend's house and he has a different PS2 than you. It will totally work. So, press X to, OK, and it'll install it onto your memory card. Man, it feels good. I bet you guys, you know, if you guys made it this far, then I bet you guys feel so good. I mean, I felt so good when I did this. I was like, I finally did it. It took me, honestly, 2 days to figure out how to do this. I couldn't find a tutorial anywhere, so that's why I wanted to put up my own. You know, if this didn't work for you, I'm sorry. I'm not really sure about this kind of stuff. I just figured this out on Google. I saw this, so I'm trying to show you guys how to do it. If it did not work for you, I don't really have fixes at all, so I'm so sorry if it didn't work. There are tons of other install methods, though. Yeah, and So that's it. This is the Agent Under Fire swap method to install free McBoot. And if you guys want to see how free McBoot works, let me restart my PS2 and show you. Alright, there's free McBoot. And yep. So this is the free McBoot menu that you get when you install free McBoot onto your memory card. So if you have another memory card that's normal, then it will load the normal thing, and you can play games just like before. So if you have two memory cards, what I do is I have one that's just for free McBoot and the saves that I'm going to use, and the other one is just for normal PS2 use, which is so great to switch between, so I don't have to worry about, sometimes I screw something up, I have another memory card, and I could wipe the other one, so it's really great. So the stuff that comes with the newbie package that I gave you guys is ESR, which can load backup games that you burned onto a disk, HD Loader, which can load hard drive games. I think that's just for fat PS2s. For slim PS2s, you have to use a program called OPL, which can read USB hard drives. So that's what you'd have to do. I will put a tutorial on how to burn or write files onto your hard drive and use it on here. Simple Media System, which is just, I don't know, actually I haven't used that, so I don't know, and the configurator and all that stuff. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope this worked for you. Free McBoot is so awesome. You could do so many things. The possibilities are endless. Go to pcx-scene.com, I think, to look at all of these huge mods that they've made, all these apps, and you can do so much with it. You can change the resolution. You could force it to go in progressive scan. So there's so many cool things to do. So have fun with your free McBoot. If this didn't work, leave it in the comments if you have a question, and I will answer it, instantly, considering the fact that only like 3 comments. I'll only have 3 comments, so I will answer all of those. So yeah, hope this worked for you, and see you guys all later.